going on, guys? It's Jazzy, and today I'm here with award-winning producer, artist, visionary, fashionista, and creative director, Pharrell Williams. Mr. Pharrell, how are you doing today?
I am grateful and thank you for doing this.
Well, thank you so much for inviting me here. It's a great honor, and I cannot wait to do this interview with you.
Oh, thank you so much. And for me, watching you do your thing, it's awesome. And I only remember like how you're 14.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember when I was 14. Like, I had no idea what I was gonna do or what I was even. I loved music, but I had no idea that it was ever gonna turn into any of this. And I wonder what life would have been like if I would have known that what I love to do was what I was gonna end up doing. But I'm so like, it's so nice and refreshing to see, a 14-year-old who's clear about like what you want to do in life, and so much so that you're already doing it. It's amazing.
Well, thank you so much for that, and it does mean a lot coming from you.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Well, your grandmother encouraged you to explore your musical creativity when you were a child.
Yes.
So, how did she inspire you in general, and how sparked the journey of the Pharrell Williams we all know and love today?
Yeah, I was encouraged to do music, but to do music because I loved it. Like I said to you before, I never thought I was going to turn into any of this. I did it because I really, 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 really loved it. And I loved it so much that before I knew it, we just ended up doing it professionally. I'm from Virginia, so it's a very different market. It's not like New York City, where like, you hear about people making music and you hear about people doing television and film and entertainment at large. It wasn't like that. So for me, I wasn't even concerned with where it would go. I just was very happy that I was being led to learn music and, have it become a skill set of mine. So something I could do and take with me wherever I went. I thought at the most, maybe I would become a music teacher or something, maybe later on or whatever. And I was happy with that, just to be able to play music whenever I wanted, because I learned it was the gift that gave. And I got to tell you, it is definitely still the gift that continues to give.
I love to hear your entire journey, and it seems like your grandmother was a very important person in your life that encouraged you to really do something that you loved and that you had fun doing.
Yes, absolutely.
And my dad, he always tells me that it takes a village to raise a child, and I feel like it's very important for all kids to have family around them to push them to be great and to be the greatest them that they can be.
Well said.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So it's no secret that you have always had a love for skateboarding.
Yeah.
So in what ways has your passion for skate culture influenced your style and creativity and your music and fashion collaborations?
Skateboarding has always been the lenses that through which I look at life. From a very, very, very young age, I was just like always blown away by like my heroes, like Tony Hawk and Christian Hosoi and Rob Roscoe and Bones Brigade Boys. Like they used to come to this place called Mount Trashmore in Virginia Beach, Virginia, that had like the skate course called the Snake, and they had these half pipes. They would come down and skate, and it was just like always so like amazing. Like those guys would walk around. To me, they were just as cool as like the hustlers back home, but in a complete different way. And how we looked at rappers back then too. Like those guys were all like deities to me. Like when, seeing the skaters walk around at a time where you didn't see like a lot of like black kids wearing Vans. I was like wearing Vans, when I was like 12, like a long, 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 long time ago. The only time you saw like black kids in like Vans and jazz Vans, what they called them back then, and cab Vans was when they were skaters. Now you see kids that's like never been on a board wearing like Vans. And for me, that was just like a lifestyle that I just like never let go. It's something that like when you learn a trick, you just feel like you've achieved so much. And again, it's something that you never lose, Still to this day, like, my ollie is like, it's up there.
Right. Well, I love to hear that. And You are authentically you, and I think that's why so many people gravitated to you.
Yes, man.
I know that you and Lupe Fiasco were some of the first individuals to really introduce skating to the hip-hop scene at that time before it was mainstream and popularized. And I think that being unique and being uniquely you is something that contributed to your success apart from your talent.
I don't claim like putting hip hop onto it because I just felt like there were a lot of misfits and outcasts everywhere. Black kids that just felt that way. And we all skate. I just, we contributed to the culture for sure.
Yes.
And, that's why they call me skateboard. That was like my thing. But again, we were just contributing to a culture that had given us so much and that had influenced us so heavily that like, we had to just like pay homage and give respect to the culture because the culture was everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Growing up in Virginia Beach, you mentioned that there were limited resources for those pursuing a career in the music industry.
Yes.
How did your upbringing in Atlantis apartments shape your drive and determination to succeed and create your own opportunities?
Atlantis apartments, like that was just like a motivation because it was a world that was like inspiring. Most of the time when people talk about the hood, they always talk about like the hood and the projects like it's the worst place in the world. But man, so much fun happens in the housing projects. First of all, you live close to a lot of people, and a lot of people are outside all the time. So you're around a lot of very like talented people. There are people who are great, gymnasts. There are people who are incredibly artistic. There are a lot of musicians there, a lot of rappers there, a lot of singers there. Like just like it's where you see a lot of talent like being fostered. And I was always inspired by Atlantis just because there was just, again, like I said, it was just so much out there. I mean, at any point in time, you know how like if you go outside right now, you might see like 10, 12, 14 birds flying in a V sometimes,
Yes.
Or ducks like going down south. Man, we would see 10, 12, 15, 20, kids on BMX bikes doing wheelies from light pole to light pole to light pole. That was Atlantis. That's how it was. And for me, I just always found that environment inspiring. And then, the way the music comes on in the neighborhood, it's almost like the whole neighborhood just breaks into a musical because everybody's singing. But I'm pretty sure it's like that out here in New York too. Whether it's Brooklyn or Queens or Harlem, uptown, whenever the right song comes on, the whole entire block is either singing and or dancing along. Like that's us. That's our color. That's our culture.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, in New York City, everyone's a family, and community is everything.
Yeah.
And community is your family.
Yeah.
And not only that, but it really molds us into who we are. Like it shapes us into who we are as people too.
Yes.
And opportunities will never create themselves no matter who you are or no matter where you're from. It's all about seizing the moment if it does present itself. Wow. And everyone has the opportunity to be great. Make sure you guys remember that.
When is your birthday?
May 15th.
Taurus.
Wow. What about you?
Aries. But I have a Taurus moon.
Oh, okay. It's very nice to know.
Yes, I understand. I mean, it's not about that. But it's just like asking you what your name is. You define what your name means.
Right.
Right? There's other Jazzys out there, but there's no Jazzy like you.
Yes.
Right? So there's other people with May 15th birthdays, but they won't be like you.
Correct.
Right?
Individuality.
Yeah. Individuality is everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed your biopic, Piece by Piece, which is your journey, and it's told in a very innovative way through Legos. Yeah. And by the way, everyone, it was an incredible movie. I really loved it. And make sure you guys go check it out. It was awesome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So what prompted you to highlight your journey in such an unorthodox fashion, and what do you hope the viewers can gain from this film?
I love Lego sets as a child. And I have 4 children, and we get them Lego sets, like not all the time, but here and there. And I wanted to be able to tell the story in a way that my kids could understand it right off the bat. And it's been a complete honor. It really has, to just work with everybody that we have. It's been a really, really well decorated like bench of like talent. Everyone's really talented. So
Well, I've really enjoyed watching this biopic. I feel like it definitely, one thing I really loved about it is that it definitely got me creatively thinking about it and creatively visualizing your story as it was being told to me,
Right.
which I found like, that was awesome.
thank you.
And the viewers, I feel like it definitely gave a chance for all the viewers to get the creativity flowing
Yes.
too,
Yes.
as they're watching it as well.
Yes.
And I love how it was very informative about your journey.
Thank you. Well, the whole message of it is like, it's never too late to think about what your dream is. And your dream is the thing that brings you the most joy. And whether you're 8 years old, you're 80 years old, now is a much better word than never. And like, just you can build your dream literally piece by piece. When you think about like, and this is advice for you too, and for all of you out there, listen, if you think about your fears, your flaws, your insecurities, the guilt that you might feel, people guilt bully you all the time. They ask you to do something and, they try to make you feel guilty about it and all that pressure. You think about those things. Those are the things that hold us back. Those are the things that colonize your mind. Those are the things that enslave you and hold you captive. But when you write down your fears and write down your flaws and write down your insecurities and write down the pressures that you feel and look at them and say to yourself, I'm good. Liberate yourself, because then you'll be truly creative and uninterrupted, which is what you deserve to be, because you're interrupted by your fear. You're interrupted by your insecurities. You're thinking about these things. Those things are holding you back. When you let them go, you have a life that is light in terms of weight and light in terms of brightness, and you deserve that. Set yourself free.
Thank you so much for that. And I
No,
hope
thank
everyone
you.
out there is listening to this amazing advice. Can you please share some words of motivation to everyone watching my show?
Set yourself free.
Thank you so much. Well, everyone, I'm here with award-winning artist, producer, visionary, fashionista, and creative director, Pharrell Williams. And until next time, Jazz and out.